Welcome back, everyone. Working our way through the Sword and Shield era in sealed Pokemon investing, and today we're up to a pretty special one, the 25th anniversary for the Pokemon trading card game. What a special set. Well, the big question is, can it get to $1,000? I was so surprised how quickly the Generations 20th anniversary set climbed to $1,000 for an Elite Trainer box. That thing just went north and went north quickly. Can Celebrations follow a similar trend? We're going to score it out of 15 today. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, please check them out. We're going through the whole Sword and Shield era, scoring each set out of 15 based on 3 investing criteria. Those are all ranked out of 5, giving us a total out of 15. The higher the score, the more investable the set. First criteria that we look at is the supply, demand, or the print run. Second one we look at is the hits in the set. And the third one we look at is the fun factor, both to display and to perhaps rip or open in the future. Again, that gives us a score out of 15. The higher the score, the more investable the set. Is Celebrations going to follow a similar trend to Generations? Let's jump in and have a look. Criteria 1, supply demand. Obviously this set had huge demand. Pokemon also wanted to keep up with the supply, so it also had heavy supply. I think though demand clearly met supply. I thought we'd just jump in and have a look at the PSA pop report. Huge amount of graded cards. I think it's a bit unfair to compare it to Generations because nowadays modern sets are graded a lot more heavily than previous sets. If we scroll through and have a look, obviously the Blastoise, the Venusaur, the Charizard were all graded heavily. It's obviously a nicely printed set because there's a high percentage of PSA 10s. I was just in the Classic collection then. Let's jump in and have a look at the general set. So 22,000, again 11,000, so about PSA 10, so about a 50% hit ratio of PSA 10s. This set has been graded heavily, which is it has affected the single prices a little bit. Therefore, in terms of a score, I'm going to have to give it 4 out of 5. Although there's a huge graded population which says there's a lot printed, it also had insane demand, so hence the 4 out of 5. You've got to remember things like the Ultra Premium Collection, you couldn't even buy. You had to buy on the secondary market mostly. Moving on to criteria 2, the hits. This set does have some solid hits. Obviously, those Classic collection cards, it does really remind me of Generations, how you had that Radiant collection and now you've got the Classic collection, plus you've got that main set. So moving through the hits, I just thought we'd have a quick look at some pricing. Ultra Premium Collection here, sitting on $404 US, slowly moving north. Rolling down, obviously the Gold Charizard that you can get from the standard Charizard from the Classic collection. I thought we'd jump in and have a look at the Elite Trainer box. I know, sorry, these aren't hits just yet. We'll get to those, but worthwhile looking at the pricing. Over the last year, it has been creeping up ever so slightly, sitting at 82 US, which is about probably 140, 150 Australian. Moving through, you're going to see a couple more hits in a second. Ooh, bit of Dragon Ball Super. Don't mind Dragon Ball Super. Might have to jump onto page 2 just to have a look at some of the hits. But the hard thing is there's not too many high hitting cards. There's obviously the Charizard, there's the Gold Mew from the regular set, which is a strong hit. Another Classic collection, the Umbreon Gold Star, fan favourite Pokemon. Geez, those mini tins are good. They are nice, those mini. Shining Magikarp, I remember pulling that back in the day, the OG. Mega Rayquaza, obviously the Blastoise, but look at the prices of them, $6. Mewtwo EX, $5.80. That's what I mean. There's not many, like you pull, and I think I've pulled everything but the Charizard in this set, like the Venusaur, the Blastoise, but yeah, it's exciting when you pull them, but you're also pulling, in the Venusaur's case, a $5 card, US. It's hard. There's nothing too exciting about that. And then you send it in for grading, and what's it worth? You might 10x your money, but you're not getting that really expensive hit. And that's one thing that sort of irks me from Celebrations, as well as having that stupid, massive 25th Celebration logo on every card, which annoys me.
Anyway, I can only score it a 3 out of 5 for that reason. There's just, like, I like what they did with that classic collection, a throwback to some of the old cards. I've certainly got some other cards that I would have liked to have seen in there, and I'm sure everyone else does too. And the hits sort of leave you with this feeling of wanting more from celebrations. You just feel like they could have done a bit better when the hits. So for me, that's why it sits at a 3 out of 5. It just leaves you wanting a bit more. It's like, good job, Pokemon, but could have been better. And I feel like a lot of us in the game with some input could have helped to make it better. Criteria 3, the fun factor. I really like the simplicity of the design. Again, very reminiscent of Generations. There's not too much going on in the boxes. It's just a nice, clean, simple design. Really like the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. That Ultra Premium Collection box is just an absolute belter. It's a really, really nice looking box. The only thing is it's probably a bit big to keep sealed. Like, it doesn't fit in with the rest of the Elite Trainer box collections. Hard to find a sealed case to put around it. One thing that irks me is it doesn't fit uniformly with your other Elite Trainer boxes, but otherwise, really, really nice, fun set to keep sealed and on display. In terms of the ripping factor, like, a streamer's going to want to open this set in 5 years' time, 3 years' time, 7 years' time, 10 years' time. Yes, but not a strong yes. I think the ripping factor will be fun and it adds to it. Like, obviously those classic collection cards are cool. You're not going to pull, when we were looking at the hits, you're not going to pull big value from it. Like, you're probably not even going to pull, even if you get 3 Charizards, the value of the box that you're opening. I think the secret with the fun factor in this is people are going to want it as part of their collection. The hard thing is, though, in a counter argument to that, there's also so much of it kept sealed. So as a score, I'm going to have to give it 3 out of 5. Now, if you add all of those together, of course, we get to an investable score of 10 out of 15. And I know that sounds a bit harsh because a lot of people love this set and went really bullish on it investing. But it's sort of like a B plus for me. It just kept me wanting a little bit more. But the big question is, can we make money?
So looping right back around, is it going to go to $1,000 like Generations did? Well, and I'll get to that in a second. Also, can we make money off it? So, 2 big questions. Can we make money off it, and is it going to go to $1,000? Now, let's look at the 2 main products. Oh, geez, you can't see it's out of the way, but the Ultra Premium Collection and the Elite Trainer Box. Forgetting about some of the lower ticket items like the collection boxes. Tell you what is good, though, is those tins. The whole, right through from Kanto region up to now, those little mini tins. They're a good investment and a low entry point. But anyway, off track a bit there. Can we make money? So yes, yes is the short answer. Yes, we can. We've looked through the 3 criteria and the set scores really well. Is it going to follow the same trajectory as Generations? I don't think so. Generations was obviously bought out at a time where Pokemon, it was sort of after that Pokemon Go craze, and just before the COVID, I don't want to go down the path that everyone else says, like, the Logan Paul. It's not really. There's a lot of factors that come into play. But if we call it the COVID phase, it was Generations was wedged in between, and it sort of took a slight increase up, and then by the time COVID hit and those trading card games all went north, Generations took off. Like, went to the moon. If you'd bought some Elite Trainer boxes back in the day and you were sitting on a case, what comes in a case, 10, I think, of Elite Trainer, but if you're sitting on a case of those, you'd be laughing. I mean, what's your case worth? For 10 Elite Trainer boxes of Generations, $10,000 Australian, and what it might have cost you, $800, $80 an Elite, $80, $100 an Elite Trainer box, $800 to $1,000. So you would have been laughing. With Celebrations, I think it's going to follow the same sort of trend that Generations started off with, and maybe come the 30th anniversary, take that real spike that Generations took when COVID hit. I can see it moving north, especially the Ultra Premium Collection. I think it's a question of when, not if, that Celebrations is going to go to $1,000 an Elite Trainer box. It's going to go $1,000 on the Ultra Premium Collection first. When, not if. And when? That's the $1 million question. I don't really know. Is it going to be 30th anniversary that the Ultra Premium Collection is sitting at $1,000 and Elite Trainer box is sitting at $400 or $500 Australian? Probably. Would I put the mortgage on it? No, but I think it's pretty likely. In 10 years' time, so, 35th anniversary, that sounds like a crazy amount of time. It's going to make me feel very old. 35th anniversary, Ultra Premium Collection price, Elite Trainer box price for 25th anniversary. Is it going to be $1,000 then? If you're a betting man, you'd certainly say yes. So my answer is, will it go to 1,000? Yes. Going to take some time, and a question of when, not if. Should we still invest in Celebrations right now? I think Celebrations to me is a bit like property, and I said this with Evolving Skies. The best time to buy Celebrations was yesterday. Be bullish on it. I got a bunch, or as many as I could, of the Ultra Premium Collections, which was so damn hard to get. I had to pay 350 Australian. Everywhere I tried to buy one on it, pre-order was just bought out. It was impossible, but I wanted to get them, so I paid 350 for some, $380 for some more. Also bought a bunch of Elite Trainer boxes when they first come out. So yes, it is good. A good set to buy, a good set to invest in. I can't see it going backwards from its position at all right now. It's only going to move north. So best time to buy Celebrations was yesterday.